Well, we're back on pitch side, and at lunch, South Africa are 9 for 0. Pakistan were bowled out for 333 with Shan Masood as the top scorer of this innings. Contributions from Salman Ali Agha and Saud Shakil, but South Africa managing to bowl this team out before lunch. Right, then this is how things went for South Africa from their bowlers. Maharaj, the pick of the bowlers, took 7 wickets today and exhibited a lot of control and made use of the conditions offered to him. It was a great bowling performance by him to bowl Pakistan out for 333. Well, South Africa doing the job then. 7 wickets for Maharaj, and Pakistan also losing 5 wickets for just 17 runs. The day started well for them, but then it was all South Africa after that. I've got with me Waqar Younis and Sean Pollock to talk about that first session. Waqar, just the way things went for Pakistan, once again losing 5 wickets for 17 runs. Do you think they'd be happy with the score that they have right now on board?
I don't think they'll be happy, because things were in control. It's just the late order batters, or Tailender, should I say, they're not really contributing. We saw it in Lahore also. Both innings they crumble, and I think that's where Pakistan is lacking. All the main work is being done by the batters. So I feel they're probably eyeing more than 270, 280 or 370, 380, but I don't think they'll be overly disappointed also. They'll be just thinking, okay, we got enough runs on the board, now let's go and do the job with ball in hand.
I think what they'd have to have a look at going forward in this test arena, if you're going to perform, if you're going to beat the best teams in the world, if you're going to start being a real competitor for that #1 spot, you can't afford to have your bottom order just collapse like that. It's one thing to collapse. I don't have a problem if they play an orthodox cricket shots, they get out, clean bowled or brilliant deliveries or that, but they are throwing their wickets away at the back end, throwing them away, and there's always one batter in with them who they can form partnerships with. If you can put on 40, if you can put on 50, something along those lines, it can have a massive impact. Because I don't know, what did they lose their last 4 wickets for today? It was very cheap again, and they can't afford to have that. But you can't take away from Keshav. I thought he was brilliant. I thought his performance was fantastic. He's missed that first test match. He hit his areas. He showed control, as you mentioned, Zainab, with regards to the scoring rate. And then he kept creating the opportunities. He could have had more wickets yesterday. A couple of catches dropped off his bowling. I think 3 yesterday. But then, especially when the tailenders came, they had no answer for him. But these are the shots I'm on about. One there, and we saw the other one of Shah Afridi, where they are just throwing caution to the wind, and it doesn't seem like a calculated approach at all.
Well, this seems to be becoming a pattern now, Waqar. We saw that in that first test match as well, in that second innings where, Pakistan sort of collapsed to 160 odd runs. And once again today, 5 wickets and just 17 runs. And what do you make of this? I mean, why is it happening? Why are we seeing this again and again? Is it complacency from Pakistan, or are they just bowling really well?
Well, I think they're bowling really well. They create that pressure on the batters, and batters not really thinking clearly. I mean, I know some of the guys can hit big balls, but Test match cricket is about spending time at the crease and getting used to of the conditions. But I don't think these guys understood. They're from Lahore to Rawalpindi now. They're just playing too many shots, and I agree with Polly that you want to become a good side, you have to really dig deep and try to get the maximum runs. No real help from the bottom part.
The example I'll give you was Shah Afridi in that last test. Ali Agha was there. I think he was on 80 something.
Yeah.
And he had sort of nudged it around. He had a huge wicket one and got caught on the fence. You were 8 down. All you had to do was survive and bat with Salman Ali Agha, and he could have posted a score over 400. It didn't cost him in that game, but I'm saying going forward they have to be careful, because those kind of things can cost you in test matches.
Absolutely. Polly, just in terms of what you made of the conditions, no real demons in the pitch, or what did you think of it?
I would actually be interested to see the analysis of the amount of turn. I think the degree of turn was more today. I thought more examples, Harmer, Keshav Maharaj, they all got the ball to purchase more. So I think that surface is already wearing. Obviously the footholds are starting to develop as well. So there's no doubt it's going to get more and more. How quickly we get to a similar pitch like we had in Lahore, I think maybe start of tomorrow, end of tomorrow, you might see things going consistently turning. And whether Pakistan can work with that, we'll have to see. But with that new ball, it's the odd one slides on, and I think that's another challenge that the South Africans have to cater, because it was consistent spin in the last game. It's not going to be consistent this time. Every once in a while, you're going to get one go on, one turn. So that's probably harder to deal with.
Is that going to give confidence to the Pakistan bowlers, the spinners that they have at their disposal, also playing Asif Afridi?
Yeah, the two left armers, two left arm spin, and they'll be exploring that region outside the left-handers, rough area. We saw Maharaj doing the same. So I think that's what Pakistan is going to look to do. They started off with the same plan, that we're going to just bowl in that area. I think if you can just, hold from the middle also at times, you bring that LBW into play, might help a little bit more. But yeah, it was just maybe 10-15 minutes before lunch. They'll come with a better strategy and control the game well, and hopefully get wickets.
Aiden Markram, looking confident out there from whatever we've seen, only faced 13 balls, but we know what he's capable of. He's a brilliant test player. What can we expect from these openers then from South Africa? Yeah,
particularly from him. I mean, he's got good memories. He played well. He got 100 on this ground last time they toured here. So you'll be hoping that he can deliver, because he's such a big player at the top of the order. And also the thing about him is when he gets going, his scoring rate is so impressive. He's one of those guys who puts bowling attacks under immense pressure, because the scoring rate can go through the roof and he can hit boundaries at will. So that's why he's so important. And also the left-handed, right-handed combination makes it a little bit more difficult for the batters at the top there. I mean, the bowlers to try and work out their lines and keep adjusting. So he's a vital cog, and he'll be disappointed with last game. Dead keen to try and help out this time.
And also South Africa playing one less better in this game. They got more all-rounders, so a lot will depend on these two, because they are both established player, and they have to stick it out. South Africa definitely or desperately need a session without losing any wicket.
Shaheen Shah Afridi, where do you think, how do you think he should be bowling? Because we saw Rabada, he bowled really well with the new ball. What do you think his bowling plan should be in these conditions? He's the only fast bowler that Pakistan is playing.
I really like what I just saw before lunch, because his lengths were good, apart from maybe one delivery where he got a little greedy, just looking for that LBW. But otherwise, he was just perfect. That's the length. This was a little bit wavered, but that was the delivery. That was the one where you want to stick around. You don't want to just give easy runs and make sure that not only you pick up wickets, just also create pressure. That's what South African bowlers did. South African pacer didn't pick up wickets, but what they did for Maharaj is they kept that pressure, bowl those bounces, and keep things really, really tight. Even if the wickets are not coming for you, from the other end, there might be a spinner who'll be just reaping.
And what do you think from a South African batter's perspective, Polly, when you talk about that spin challenge? What should be the approach? Is it a case of, sometimes you see often that batters can go into their shell when the pitch is doing a bit?
They can, but I don't think they can afford to. I think the surface is better, and they've got to mentally be in that mindset like, hey, this is a better surface to work on. We can make an impact. Also, if you look at the bowling performance, Shaheen did well with the reverse swing ball. You have to worry about him. He was brilliant with his left arm spin, but you've got a debutant. So when he comes on, we can put him under pressure. He doesn't know. He's going to be feeling a bit uneasy. The off spin, I don't think, went all that well in Lahore. You can maybe put him under pressure. So I think they need to pick their battles. And if they can pick their battles at the right time, they can be aggressive and can put a bit of positivity onto the innings.
The role of Noman Ali, he has a bit of support now from the other end. He's got, Sajid Khan. Now he also has an option of Asif Afridi, but you can't ignore the kind of, what he brings to the table, because he's just such a consistent performer.
Yeah, I was just reading his numbers, ridiculous numbers. Only played 21 games and picked up 9 5 wickets all. So he's so used to of these conditions, bowling long spells and bowling in good areas. And he also does all that variation which Maharaj we saw, doing. You got to bowl quicker at times, you got to bowl really slow at times, and if the wicket is helping, he will be handful. So two left armers, off spinner. Pakistan have got plenty to challenge South African batting. Is just this early, the new ball is going to be crucial. Can South Africa handle that pressure up front? I think Noman is going to be handful.
Also, the pace at which the spinners have been bowling in these conditions. What do you think is the correct pace? Just in terms of what we saw in Gaddafi Stadium, is it different to what we're going to be seeing here?
Yeah, I
in
think
terms
you
of
want to
success?
you still want to mix it up. You don't want to be too slow or too fast all the time. But I think the average speed probably needs to be a few kilometers per hour slower on the surface, just to give it a bit of time to kind of get into the air and then purchase and grip. As the game goes on, they can probably be a little bit flatter. But I'll be interested to see how the different spinners go about it. Whose pace is going to be most effective? Obviously, we haven't seen a Freddie bowl before. I haven't. So I was interested to see how he goes on and what pace he decides to use. But Nominali, I think, will be very similar in what he tries.
And Sajid Khan as well. You know, we spoke about Noman Ali's role. Sajid Khan, there were periods where he sort of looked a bit off colour in that previous test match, but then he recovered really well towards the end, towards the second innings that we saw from him. So just in terms of his contribution, what he can bring to the table.
Yeah, them two bowl really well together, Sajid and Noman, and yeah, he didn't pick up as many wickets as he is so used to off, but his handful, he'll keep the pressure on. He's the one I feel that he might need to push the ball a little bit quicker than anybody else. It's a hard work because of his action, but you know, that's the way the game is. If the pitch is slow and if you've got certain type of action, you've got to really push it harder.
But he was slower in that first test, wasn't he? So maybe that slowness is actually going to be more effective initially, and then as the game goes on in the second innings, I think then he needs to be a little bit faster.
I think when the ball is harder, he can actually bowl a little bit slower, but once the ball gets like 40-50 overall, then it's a hard work.
Well, I'll tell you what, Polly, that you won that first session because
Hands
you predicted 325 and Pakistan made 333.
So how he didn't win?
I mean, he got close to it. He got close to it. Give him something. He's just been...
You were saying 350
I know, he's
plus.
a guest here, you know.
You were saying 350 plus, weren't you?
No, I never said anything like that.
Oh,
I
okay.
said
No.
300, I'm happy. I'm happy.
Okay.
No, we're just generous as hosts. Then, you know, we like to look after our hosts. So we'll give you that one for sure. But yeah, we're ready now with the second session of this test match. It's over to the commentary box to take you through.